A blind knight that uses echolocation, viewing the dark, treacherous world through sound. Trapped in a dungeon keep, endangered by combatants, where hazards lurk around every corner. Make sound to have vision, or don't and be stealthy. Avoid impaling threats throughout the dungeon to escape. Engage with other prisoners.
Rogue Knight I've been hearing about. Could you find the key and unlock my cell?
Free them to fight back with more allies.
Let's take this guy.
The dungeon labyrinth has many paths and even more traps. Struggle through the darkness to find your freedom.
Presentation.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
One final time on turn 200. Let's go. Max V Truck Racing. Welcome to Homestead-Miami Speedway, the site of, and we're very honored for this distinction, the Turn 200, the final Max V race on the channel. Tonight we crown a series champion, and it will be a first-time champion, no matter how it shakes out, after 200 miles here this evening. Welcome to Turn 200's coverage of the Maximum Velocity CNC Home Designs Truck Series for the final time on the channel. It is Tommy Cook, and it's Joshua Motichek, partner, Homestead-Miami Speedway. Lots of things going on here this evening, but at the core of it, it's where the championship race should be, and these drivers are going to have to get after it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Fully agree. This is one of my all-time favorite tracks. Ran phenomenal racing when Venom ran here for their championship last season. I definitely hope to see just as good, if not even better, racing. Although there is a twist, new aero package on these trucks, and it drives completely differently.
And we'll get into that in a second, because I definitely want to get your thoughts on that as we'll take a look at the point standings, which, of course, I did not put the correct point standings in there. Here comes some TV magic for you for the final time on the channel with Max V. Ta-da! There's the correct point standings. There is some news here, though. Scott Patton, second in the standings, is not here tonight. It is a much-deserved time away from the sim, and hope he's enjoying himself wherever he is in the world right now. But unfortunately, it's quite ill-timed as he's battling for the championship. 26 at last count drivers that will take to the grid here tonight. Things are going to have to go absolutely perfectly, almost down to the point for Justin Michael to have a shot tonight.
Yeah, I mean, 37 points is that's a large gap, to say the least. I mean, he's got to qualify fastest. He's got to start at the front, lead every lap he can, win stage points, and basically win the race. I mean, perfect night is what it's going to take for him.
So we will see if he has a perfect night in store. A lot of drivers racing for some glory and a little momentum heading into next season. I want to remind everybody, we've mentioned it already, that this is our last race on Turn 200 of the Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series. Max V Truck Racing will continue on Motormouth Broadcasting in 2026. It starts pretty much right away in January. So you will not have to wait but more than a month for Max V Truck Racing to be back on the old YouTube machine, go and follow our friends over at Motormouth Broadcasting, and they will get you covered for all the action there. But until January, you're stuck with us for one final night. Fourth time the series has been to Homestead-Miami Speedway. As we watch CJ McLaughlin, he is a pro at this. He knows what he's doing. I wonder how close he thinks the new aero package on this truck is to what it is in real life. Partner, what are your thoughts after a race under your belt and some practice laps here tonight at Homestead with drivers out on track? What are the changes to the aero package, and how do you think it will affect the action here this evening?
I mean, my initial thoughts are, can I re-download the old version? I'm not a fan. So the trucks handle a lot tighter. They just don't feel like they're in the track quite as much. Not as much grip. They don't have as much turn in when you go to roll down in the corner. And then especially when you get right up behind another truck and you lose all the air off the nose, it just it likes to keep going straight. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I think we're going to see a lot of drivers that are close together, fan out on different lines. Maybe not necessarily looking for a pass, but just looking to not be in that dirty air and get out from behind a truck so that it can have the actual air on the nose to help it turn. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Definitely watch out for 2 or 3 truck lines to roll down in the corner and just that last truck just to go straight to the wall, in my opinion. So it's going to be interesting. These drivers, nobody has a lot of practice on this setup, so it's going to be a challenge for everyone.
Man, it's a shame Joshua Fracker did not get to make the postseason, because I feel like he's really found his footing in these last 5 races, and Fracker goes P3 provisionally after his qualifying run is complete. Justin Michael is on the clock. We mentioned it's going to need to be a perfect night for Justin Michael. He can definitely do his part here and take the pole. He's won here at Homestead-Miami Speedway before, back in 2023. But that scenario also involves basically a last-place finish for James Lehman with no bonus points whatsoever. Lehman is yet to hit the track for qualifying, and Michael has to get out of the gas out of the final turn, and he will not get a qualifying lap in. Hard to say if that's the nail in the coffin immediately, but Michael will qualify 18th out of 18 drivers that have elected to put up a time. One driver that you will see in the starting lineup that is not racing here tonight is Joshua Motichek. Can't say I haven't done that before. We have to register as spectators normally for a broadcast, for those of you that don't know that. But you do have the option to register as a competitor, and it actually is incredibly easy to do that as broadcasters. So that is why Josh was in as a racer. He will not be taking to the grid here this evening. 30 seconds left in qualifying. Nobody's out on track. So no Justin Michael will start in 18th. James Lehman, no qualifying time for him. Some other notables. Last week's runner-up finisher Christian Elliott will also not get a time in. Charlie Widener's back in the lineup tonight. Happy to see Charging Charlie one final time here on the channel. He does not put up a qualifying time. Jack Watts, Heath Smith, Jordan Neese, I think, has left already, so he will not get a qualifying time in either. Hello to anybody that's in the chat. If we have chatters, I can't see them, so hopefully we do not have chatters, because otherwise, if we do, then I've got a problem, and I could sort through that later. In the meantime, let's get to the final starting grid on turn 200 for the Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series here on the turn 200 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. This is how they roll to the green flag. Seth Foudy follows up his first career win with the pole position. Seth Foudy leads the field of green. Dakota Floyd lines up to his outside. It is Greg Mull and Josh Fracker on row number 2. Row 3 is Jared Wishon, still looking for that first win. So is Nathan Carroll to his outside on row number 3. Rob Haynes, the rotating Monday Series champion, starts in 7th with Ryan Nardone to his outside. Kerry Cleaver, great qualifying effort for the boss man in 9th, and Tyler Hessling rounds out your top 10 starters. Row number 6 is Tyler Granat on the inside to CJ McLaughlin. Row number 7. Jeremy Brown is back for his second career appearance in Max V, starting at 13th to the inside of Billy Bumgardner. Trent Drum, coming off a career-best 5th place finish last week at Daytona, starts to the inside of Matt Sisler, who's back here this evening. Brad Slagle in a throwback paint will showcase that as the night rolls along. Justin Michael starts at his outside as the final driver to post a qualifying time. Heath Smith on the inside of James Lehman. Round out your top 20 starters. It's Jack Watts and Jordan Neese on row number 11. Charlie Widener and not Joshua Motichek on row number 12. Christian Elliott back in 25th. And the People's Champ, Bill Paradise, also coming off a season best finish last week at Daytona, P6 at Daytona for Bill Paradise. And that is how they will roll to the grid here this evening. It is a beautiful day out in Homestead-Miami land. In good old SoFlo, 87 degrees. The track temperature very generous. Looks like the sun is going down. We'll finish under the lights here, as it should be at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Should be. I know they want to do this rotate the championship race stuff, but that's really just an excuse to get it away from Phoenix. It should always be at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Hopefully somebody realizes that. Joshua Motichek, one final time. The strategy notes here this evening for our final race on Turn 200 with Max V.
Strategy notes, protect the tires. This new package leaves a lot to be desired on right front tire wear. Luckily, even though it is a 200-mile race, we do get an extra set of tires. So it is 4 sets of tires total. There are no fast repairs. The incident limits stand as usual. 16 incidents is a drive-through. 21 is a disqualification. 70% fuel, I believe, should put the fuel window probably around lap 36 or so. So this will be interesting to note because this will bring everyone down pit road before the stage caution. The stage caution will be at the end of lap 40. 134 laps is the distance tonight. So definitely going to be seeing a couple of different strategy notes, a couple of different plays here. Extra tires, have to pit before the stage, so going to be interesting.
We average 5 cautions here at Homestead and expect an early one if history says anything. We found one as early as turn number 1. For the final time, Max V is green on turn 200.
Seth Fowdy gets a very good jump. He's able to be clear and dry out front.
Whoa, Greg Moll is loose. Gets it back underneath of him. This track seems like it has no grip on cold tires on the first couple of laps. We'll see if everybody can fare just as well here in turns 3 and 4.
Oh, Jared Wishon.
Little blink there.
Hang on. Woo. Nathan Carroll scraping the wall down the back stretch, or down the front stretch, rather.
Seth Fowdy leads the opening lap, and he's got a few car lengths back to Dakota Floyd, who's back here this evening after having to miss last week with a family emergency. Slides up in front of Greg Moll to take over the second position. Moll could have very easily been out of this race, but instead is going to come back to the outside with a vengeance here, rolling this middle. You talk about protecting that right front tire. As, Carroll got awfully loose there. Well, you talk about protecting that right front tire. I feel like blasting it as hard as you can in the middle is not a particularly good way to do that.
Definitely not. I mean, unless he's got something figured out that I haven't, which is possible. I haven't had any luck protecting the tire wear running through that middle line.
I think what he has on me is the fact that he's Greg Moll and I am not. So he's definitely...
I think that's valid for myself as well.
He's going for it here early, around the outside, and he will take the lead. So Fowdy maybe in a bit of protection mode here, dropping quickly as Moll is already scooted out to a 0.4 of a second advantage. Wishon in third. Floyd and Jeremy Brown, your top 5.
Boy, getting stacked up. We're 3 wide, 2 deep, further back in the field. Fracker, getting the bumper from Granat. Granat now scraping the wall. Here comes James Lehman on the bottom.
Yeah, and Lehman in the mix here. Remember the stakes. He just basically cannot finish in the last couple of positions. And he will win the championship tonight no matter what. It was not a good start for Justin Michael. And Michael, I would imagine, had an EOL penalty to start the night regardless, but needed some bonus points to get the pole position. Did not do it.
Yeah, and that being said, Justin Michael issues somewhere. He's only about 8 seconds from going a lap down.
My guess is he may have had a pass-through penalty as well.
That's quite possible.
Hello to everybody that's hanging out with us here tonight. I'm assuming this is going to be Scott Patton in the chat, cheering on Bandit Motorsports. Hello to the Carols. Hello to Lisa. Hello to Danielle. And hello to Robin Motichek. Thank you all for being here. And not only for being here tonight, but for being here all season. Greatly appreciate it.
Gap to the lead staying about the same. However, Jared Wishon is now almost right on Foudy's bumper.
Ryan Nardone and Jeremy Brown side by side for fourth. This is Nardone trying to take this spot away. Only time we've seen Jeremy Brown this season, and in fact in his Max V career, was at Dover earlier this season. Ran decently, didn't get quite the finish to go with it, but running in the top 5 here early. After a solid qualifying effort. Oh, not Scott Patton. I wish it would have not taken away names. What good is a handle? You know? So, whoever you are, I appreciate it. I believe also we've got Jordan Journo in the chat. So, hello. Sandy loves Homestead-Miami Speedway. Who doesn't? This is the place to be.
Absolutely. Ryan Nardone just about having that pass completed now, solidifying that 4th position.
Brad
He had a fantastic start to the season, first 3 or 4 races, and then just fell forward mid-season.
28, look at the number. I'm going to assume that is Chris Voiles then. Either that or it's Robert Yates. Nardone gets the pass done. Yeah, he had an electric start to this season. Led laps at Auto Club a few weeks ago, and that was his first laps led since the season opener. At one point was the points leader this season. Certainly got away from him in the middle part of the year. Let's go on board with James Lehman as he continues to work his way up. Plus 12 on the race already into the top 10, into the stage points on lap 11.
You can see he's kind of getting that truck halfway out from behind Sisler there, trying to get into the clean air, but as soon as he gets behind it, you see the truck just go straight to the wall.
This truck is going to require a patient touch here tonight. And all due respect to the man, because he can wheel and he can deal. Patient touch is not quite James Lehman's style. But certainly I'm not counting him out of it. Because he's put in the work already.
Gonna look underneath. They're going to be 3 wide momentarily.
Fanned out with Carroll on the top. Sisler now stuck in the middle. Tyler Granat, Joshua Fracker right behind. Hello to Bailey Motichek in the chat. Finally made it. Glad to hear it. Happy to have you along. Well, shuffling further back, we may have had an issue. There's still a lot to be decided outside of the top 10. As drivers try and find a comfortable spot to sort of ride it out, feel out the tire situation on these trucks. Top 3 are drawing nearer together. Jared Wishon in third, Seth Fowney in second, and Greg Mall, the leader. Mall still committed to the middle here. Fowney is trying to wrap the paint down low. So is Wishon. And worth pointing out, I'm assuming this is Justin Michael. We had a long tracking shot down the back straightaway, and you could hear whoever was in turn 3 clutching and coasting. That's got to be Justin Michael. So he's trying to make up these few extra laps and stay out and get some stage points maybe. That'll be very interesting to follow.
Just watching Dakota Floyd started second on the field. He's down to 18th. So quite possibly some fuel saving so that they don't have to pit until the stage caution at lap 40.
Well, that will be very interesting indeed. Fowney now the leader. Mall back to second. Wishon in third. And Jeremy Brown is catching up to your top 3 to make it a top 4. And Mall headed backwards here pretty quickly. Jeremy Brown tickling the top side of the track. Always call it the Larson-Reddick line, but it truly is the Larson-Reddick line here at Homestead. This is the place where it all happened, if you don't count Eldora. Homestead's the next best place where they really make their money, right up on the seafoam green walls.
Yeah, so very, very spread out right now.
Another kiss of the wall there for Brown as he pulls up on the 7. The 2024 long season champion.
Brown doing a fantastic job up there at the wall, but he's going to look to the bottom rolling into 3.
And it is a good run down the backstretch, good enough for him to slide up and take the spot.
Now Mall to the bumper, going to push him.
Saw a lot of Pocono as well as Charlie Widener's just come down pit road. Widener running just outside the top 15, if I saw it correctly. But an early pit stop from him, or certainly within the fuel window. That opened at maybe lap 6 or 7. Trying to split the stage in half with the extra set of tires. It's all happening behind Nathan Carroll here, including Ryan Nardone.
With a great jump early on, but possibly burnt off that right front as he has fallen rather quickly now back into the 9th position. Nathan Carroll kind of leading this pack here in the 5th position. A little bit of a gap up to Mall.
We'll see if the effects of tire wear start to play a factor for James Lehman. Plus 14. Hardly anybody has gained that kind of ground on this run. Jeremy Brown, Jack Watts, and Christian Elliott are both plus double digits as well. But Lehman plus 14 is the biggest mover of the race thus far. Heath Smith has been on and off pit road, a teammate of Charlie Widener. So they are both trying to get in early. Split the stage right in half, knowing that they have to pit. Or at least we think they have to pit. These guys have been a little crafty on the fuel mileage this season thus far. Who's to say they don't have one more in them?
Yeah, I definitely think we're quite possibly up for that. Looking back at Dakota Floyd again, he is also clutching and coasting down in that 19th position.
I mean, what does Dakota Floyd have to lose here this evening? Not much. was not going to successfully defend his championship. Why not go for that second win on the season? Jared Wishon is down pit road.
Yeah, so Wishon coming down from second.
So this will certainly put things in motion in and around the top 5. See how quickly Seth Foudy is going to answer now that Foudy has 2 seconds back to Jeremy Brown. Foudy will bypass pit road this time. Jeremy Brown will not. Brown is in from second.
Looks like Brown will be the only taker this lap.
I feel like every track we go to has a random Corey Rutherford memory. That'll be a name for anybody that watches us on Tuesday nights with the Venom Truck Series. Corey Rutherford had one of the craziest saves I've ever seen trying to get onto pit road here. This is not the easiest pit road in. We'll see if it's going to bite anybody here this evening. Foudy again going to bypass from the lead. Carroll and his merry band of stragglers will also bypass. Here is Jared Wishon on the fresh tires. Note the advantage here.
Yeah, massive advantage there on the fresh tires.
Not even breaking a sweat. Wishon through on 4 trucks in 1 and 2.
Thing is here, very important for anybody who pits to definitely get back onto the lead lap by the time that the stage caution comes back out. Otherwise, they will be trapped a lap down.
Maul and Lehman side by side. Maul hangs on to this spot. Lehman is trying to take it away. Tyler Granat poised to take advantage if these two obstruct each other too much. Lehman right up on the wall, looking to take a big run here to Maul if he didn't get a little too much of the wall. A little more touch and coast from someone running inside the top 5. And I see the interval coming down between Foudy and Carroll. Could it be Seth Foudy in the 26? RPMs stay steady this time through 1 and 2. So maybe not. Wishon looking to unlap himself. I think it still might just be Justin Michael.
After a little onboard with Foudy, it is indeed a clutch and coast from the 26.
Okay, so he only did it in 3 and 4 because he did not do it in 1 and 2. So Foudy is trying to save a little gas where he can. 2 3/4 of a second advantage over Nathan Carroll in second. Greg Maul still fighting off James Lehman now, who has taken it to the bottom after trying to roll the top for the last couple of laps. Credit to James Lehman here. He has pushed hard and has saved tire. I don't know how that's possible. What you said to open the broadcast, I think generally has been the consensus thus far. This truck is a lot less maneuverable and a lot more unforgiving.
Yeah, definitely looking at a couple of these onboard shots, lots of guys putting a lot of steering wheel input in. Definitely indicative of a truck that is very, very tight and unwilling to turn left.
You talk about needing to save essentially 5 laps of gas over the course of the stage. What is going to help with that is trying to save this right front tire. You're going to be babying the throttle a lot more. You might just save enough to keep yourself on track for the next 11 laps. Maybe. And remember, you also have to make it around an extra time to get down pit road without running out of gas. Charlie Widener is coming up on slightly fresher tires. Remember, he pit on lap number 19. He was the first driver down pit road. But he is coming up on this group in the top 5. Coming to 10 to go in the stage. So far, it's only been Jared Wishon, Jeremy Brown, Charlie Widener, and Heath Smith down pit road. Justin Michael had to serve a penalty early. Wishon has gotten through on him. Jeremy Brown is coming up on him pretty quickly. And Michael, again, just trying to game the fuel a little bit. Lehman, Granat, and Fracker all through on Greg Mall. As Fracker and Granat go to work. Fracker dropped back early and is fast now. That's good heads-up driving for driver 56. Ooh, tight slider there. No, and around he goes.
There it is.
And that was too tight. Caution is out. And I think one for the road. That was a commentator curse. Locked and loaded for driver 56.
And we do get confirmation that this will not be the stage break, so we still will have another caution on lap 40.
Certainly a couple lap shootout will be incoming here. Let's go ahead and take a look. I mean, you can see how close it is just from that alone. But we'll back it up a little bit further. Show you the run that Fracker got here through 1 and 2. Granat just gets a big run out of turn number 2, as you would expect him to, but Fracker does not complete the pass when he's clear. Instead, tries to move up as as Granat fills that hole on the top side. So Fracker will definitely have some damage to the front and sides of his truck. Nothing I don't think he can't get fixed here. Don't get to say this very often in Max V, coming up on 100 to go. And Seth Fowney has stayed out. Oh, boy. I guess he wants that extra set of tires. Dakota Floyd also staying out. With the caution, not a doubt in my mind, these drivers can make it on fuel. Fowney and Floyd will be joined by Wishon, Brown, and Justin Michael. So a mix of old tires and very old tires. Race off pit road goes to Nathan Carroll. Carroll, Lehman, Granat, Mall, Watts the top 5, which means that they are in the top 10. Watts out in 10th. So Nathan Carroll will restart in 6th, then to the outside of Justin Michael. As we say hello to Zach Magris, that's how Nathan Carroll's doing. He's been up towards the front since the drop of the group.
Yeah, so this is definitely going to throw a big wrench into all those fuel-safe plans. Because these guys that have just pitted now have fresh tires now right on the tail of these drivers that did not. So pretty interesting cycle, and honestly not sure which way I would have chosen.
That's a tough call. Even with an extra set of tires compared to what we normally have, that is a tough call. I think what also makes this difficult for the drivers that did come in and get fresh tires is they have to worry about their stickiness into turns 1 and 2. They could just as easily cause a huge pileup amongst themselves with cold tires here. But if they can get them to stick, they might have a shot at a stage win here. Still have 5 laps to go in this stage.
Yeah, Wishon showed just how much quicker those fresh tires were. definitely keep an eye on that coming through the field.
Foudy and Floyd on the tires they started on. Wish on 25 lap newer tires than the drivers in front of them. New tire drivers on row number 3 in back. Back underway.
Friday with a good start. Dakota Floyd going to drop back to third right off the gate.
Michael headed backwards here early as Wishon taking it to the inside of Foudy for the race lead. Jeremy Brown on slightly fresher tires. Keep your eye on Nathan Carroll here, moving to the top side. He's on the fresh tires at the front of the field, and he is moving on the top side. 4 to go in the stage.
Bottom of 3 wide, rolling into the corner.
Top to bottom, 63 on the move as Wishon leads the way. Carroll making quick work of Jeremy Brown and Seth Foudy. A caution now would end the stage. Carroll would love a stage win to close out the season. Foudy and CJ McLaughlin fighting for position here.
Little bumper there. CJ trying to get around this 26. Foudy loose, almost loses it.
What a save for Foudy. That thing was all crushed up out of 4. 4 wide for third. Oh, Foudy again having to roll out of it. So Brown and McLaughlin come away with third and fourth. Nathan Carroll coming to 2 to go in the stage. Continues to make ground here on Jared Wishon. Moving up to the top side of the track. Oh, Lehman is loose. Has to track it nearly down to the paint there down the front stretch. There goes Carroll for the lead.
Carroll off the bottom. Wishon going to have a lot better run.
Drag race down the backstretch. Carroll so much more grip though down on the bottom with the fresher tires. Can he get up and clear Wishon? Jared's going to have a big run here, but Carroll has got the lead. Final lap of the stage. CJ McLaughlin is closing in quick from third. Can he stick his nose into the battle here?
He's got a great run down the back stretch, closing quickly.
Carroll's
He's going to elect the bottom.
Carroll is leaving Wishon behind and coming to the green and white checkered flag. Nathan Carroll going to take a stage win here at Homestead. Wishon finishes second, McLaughlin in third, Mall in fourth, Lehman fifth, Granat, Brown, Sisseler, Hesseling, and Jordan Neese, the top 10. How about a stage win for the old 6-3?
I do believe that the 91 truck did barely have second at the line.
Depends on where they score it. At the caution, Wishon was ahead, but if they scored at the stripe, then it was McLaughlin. You're right, they were nose to nose. They might just give CJ the spot anyway, which would make what I said completely pointless. Here comes everybody down pit road. Well, not quite everybody. Greg Mall and James Lehman are going to stay out. So will Trent Drum. Drum out on the track. So is Heath Smith. Smith will get the lucky dog. So the race off is the race for fourth. It'll be quick. I'm assuming gas and goes for most of these drivers. Carroll, McLaughlin, Granat, Sisseler, and Hesseling your top 5. Jordan Neese and Ryan Nardone will be 9th and 10th. Jared Wishon way out back. Remember him, Jeremy Brown, are replacing 25-lap old tires, making 30-lap old tires at this point. Justin Michael and Seth Foudy on the tires they started on. And also, for those of you that can do math, that's 15 lap old tires, not 25. But either way, they definitely want some new boots. And they got them. Well, if you're Maul, Lehman, or Drum, what's the game plan here? See what kind of disadvantage your top three are going to be on. We'll see if Nathan Carroll is going to pound the pavement as hard as he did to get the stage win now from the outside of row number 2. Maul in control, fires. We are underway. We could go green to the end. Drum fading pretty quickly here as Nathan Carroll moves into third. And they are all jammed up 3 wide. That was close quarters there.
On the brakes. Lots of trucks here.
Oh boy.
All clustered together.
I don't see this ending very well. This is rush hour traffic in Miami. Ryan Nardone with a shot to the wall. Justin Michael is square in the middle of this.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, he's right. Ay, ay, ay.
I don't know that I've ever seen this many trucks. All this.
No. I mean, this
together like this.
looks like a super speedway, but we're at,
Yeah.
that's up the road a bit in Daytona.
Justin Michael able to come away with 16th position out of that.
Yeah. Michael and Wishon are working through here on the freshest tires. And meanwhile, the two drivers that stayed out and are still at the front of this field, Maul and Lehman, about to go at it for the lead. Nathan Carroll is closing in, though. I don't know if the game plan truly is to not add to the caution count. I mean, we just barely escaped with our lives there. I'm not saying we're out of it yet, but that looked like a surefire caution there for a moment.
Yeah, still a lot of chopping and dice, and Justin Michael, bottom of 3 wide, going to come off. Turn 4.
Not much space there in front of Tyler Hessling, but not much of a choice either. Nathan Carroll is catching up. Watch him go to work.
Carroll on same age tires, however, he does have a little bit more weight in fuel in that truck.
Six-tenths of a second clear of C.J. McLaughlin back and forth. McLaughlin and Tyler not side by side for a moment. Matt Sisler, worth pointing out, remember he almost won this race last season. He's been Part-time here in 2025 Season 2, but has had good finishes when he has come. The reason he can't get himself back up into the mix here as the laps tick away this evening.
Lehman doing a little bit of pushing down the front stretch. Trying to keep that momentum up. I fear that all he's doing is bringing this 63 truck right into the mix.
Don't look now, but McLaughlin and Granat are also catching your top three. Justin Michael in a battle for 8th right now with Jordan Neese trying to take that position away. Neese is fighting him pretty hard for it. Seth Foudy also on fresher rubber following Woodley. And also don't look now, but Jared Wishon is up to 6th. So he is working hard and efficient. Maybe a bit too high there. Lost a little bit of time. He does get a great run, though, down the backstretch. Pulls it the inside of a truck length again with Long. Jared Wishon. Ooh, baby. Inches to spare. Up in front of McLaughlin, and Wishon is up to 4th.
Wishon is on the move. However, he's one of very few drivers who has already taken 2 sets of tires.
If this does happen to go green the rest of the way, though, he might still be in a good spot. Seeing a problem for Jordan Neese. I think maybe he just lagged out of the session. Nope, there he is. He's reappeared. Back to Carroll, now trying to fight to hang on to 3rd. Races at Homestead are anything but predictable, though.
Carroll can concede the 3rd position, but Wishon is just going to roll him right along up to Lehman's bumper.
Yeah. My streaming software just froze there for a second, so I didn't get the camera cut to show that, actually. But Wishon is in 2nd.
Lehman a little bit of scraping into the wall. That's going to allow Carroll to get through.
Nearly
Not quite clear.
Pass attempts there.
Here goes Wishon for the lead down into 3.
Throttle it up just a bit through the palm trees. There he goes to the point. Wishon leads the way. Hard to believe Jared Wishon, 2 runner-up finishes, 8 podiums, no wins, only 14 laps led. That's number 15 on the season. How close he's come to victory.
Don't look now. The man of the hour, Justin Michael, 2 for 1. Almost up to the podium positions.
He's got 4 fresh Dr. Feelgoods. He's got to be feeling all right now as he tries to overtake James Lehman. Able to throttle up just that little bit much earlier through 1 and 2 and take the spot away.
And a whole team of trucks is behind the 63 and the 50 now.
Sisler, Brown, Foudy. McLaughlin's going the wrong direction.
Back underneath the 18. Oh, there's a little door action from Brown into Sisler.
4 wide. That could have been The end of several nights right there. Jostling for position. Carroll in the middle of the Hornets' nest here. Justin Michael quickly on approach to Greg Mall. And this will be for second. Wishon is 1.2 seconds clear of this duo. That was tight there with Brown again getting moved to the bottom of the track. Justin Michael.
Sisler and Carroll.
Michael jumping to the top side. You can see more contact behind them. That's got to get straightened out quickly. Otherwise, they're going to be in a world of hurt. Justin Michael, meanwhile, up to second. I mean, if you find yourself in this mess at this point in the run, what are you thinking in the cockpit? I mean, look at this.
I am not. I am white-knuckling my steering wheel until I can open my eyes. Foudy with a good run. He's going to push that DeWalt number 18 down into the corner.
So Foudy gets clear on Granadas. Lehman has to get a handful of counter steer in there. That truck steps out from underneath of him. Nathan Carroll will try and get at least one spot. He's been working on Lehman this whole time. Dakota Floyd, ever the tire conservationist, is picking up and putting down spots all of a sudden. He will get Carroll and Sisler and maybe Lehman. And he does. To third, Greg Mall trying to hang on as Jeremy Brown and Seth Foudy closing in. Worth pointing out, Trent Drum, who stayed out with Mall and Lehman under this caution, has just come down pit road here on lap 63. So how far behind will Lehman and Mall be? It's only been 23 laps. We think they can go a little bit further than that, but how much further? Will they want to stay? That's the question.
I think the better question is how far can they push these tires as well?
And with the fuel number being around 35, that's a nice gesture and all. But the tires here are expiring actively. These tires are weeping right now. Foudy through on Mall, and Dakota Floyd will soon be following. Floyd is ripping some good laps. He is the second fastest driver on the track at the current moment. He's rolling good. Back to Lehman and Granat side by side. Now we'll go back up to Jeremy Brown, who's having to play defense on Seth Foudy. Greg Mall is coming down pit road. So Mall started falling back through the running order. Has decided to bring it in here on lap. Don't make me say it. On lap 6-7. And you can do the hand thing at home. I don't want to do it.
My hands are full.
Yeah, mine too. We'll see how quickly James Lehman then is going to answer. Or if he is going to just try and run this out. Well, Seth Foudy isn't going to get a crack at Jeremy Brown before Dakota Floyd gets a crack at Foudy. Gorilla Glue Chevy Silverado to the inside of Foudy. They fan out for the moment. Foudy right up on the wall there, looking to take a big run down the front stretch.
A little bit of bumper cars there.
A little bit of tag the wall for Brown and for Foudy both, and Floyd gets the classic 2-for-1 special. Blue light deals here at turns 1 and 2 at Homestead. Floyd to third. Jared Wishon's lead was expanding, and now it is shrinking down inside of a second. Ooh, Michael into the wall there down the front stretch. Pit stops. Rob Haynes, Tyler Granat, Ryan Nardone down pit road. Granat from the top 10. We'll see if that's going to drag some folks down pit road. I would imagine that would be of particular interest to James Lehman.
I believe we will have quite a slew of cars in this lap.
Lehman looks to be slowing, so does Matt Sisler in front of him. Here we go. Jack Watts also in. And it might just be those three. Some classic dummy calls over the radio. We'll see who actually bites this time around. Lead is down to half a second now for Jared Wishon. Michael is gaining quickly. Heath Smith was just the lucky dog under the last caution. Now he's up to 7th. Good work for Heath Smith. Maybe the last Heath Smith hood cam on turn 200. Always appreciated him running the colors for the channel. You can see this gap closing between Michael and Wishon as pit stops loom ahead. No stage points for Justin Michael, no bonus points as of yet. It's nearly impossible for him to sneak out the championship here tonight, but not quite impossible, as Tyler Hesseling and Kerry Cleaver will come down pit road. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times on the channel, never stack the deck against Justin Michael. Don't ever do it. Greg Mall getting around Dakota Floyd, but again, Mull has been down pit road to take fresh tires already. Floyd is about 1.8 seconds behind Justin Michael. Michael has been fading a couple of tenths here and there on Jared Wishon this time. Seemingly no takers for pit road at this time. Bill Paradise will come in. You know, it's a shame. I don't think we've ever gotten to talk to Bill Paradise here on this channel. He's been in just about every Max V race that we've broadcast here on Turn 200. In fact, I'll give you the official numbers since we're giving out some TV time here tonight. Bill Paradise, this is his 76th race on Turn 200. Actually, this is his 80th race on Turn 200. Dakota Floyd is down pit road. It's people like Bill Paradise that help make the leagues work. He shows up, keeps his nose clean, has good battles in the mid-pack whenever we need to fill some TV time as well. So thanks to Bill Paradise and all the folks like him as well. We'll see if Floyd coming in from third is going to tip the scale here. I think it is. Jared Wishon and Justin Michael coming in this time. Whoa, Michael is steaming it into pit road.
I think he made it.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Foudy in as well. They'll surrender the lead to Jeremy Brown. That's some crazy work there. That's one way to close that gap.
That's the Scott Patton way to close that gap.
I guess. Michael is away. Jack drops on Wishon's truck, and I think Michael's going to get him. Wishon tries to crowd him a little bit. Oh, I think he just barely eked him out. Can't get too overzealous here, though, on the flat. You could spin it out very easily. And we'll see where they blend into traffic. They'll get in right between Matt Sisler and Ryan Nardone. Michael will be stuck side by side with the 98 truck. Brad Slagle, Heath Smith down this time. Top 10 drivers have yet to come down to get service.
Here comes Carroll and Nice.
Tyler Granat, I think, has come down, which would make him the leader. I know Greg Mull's come in as well. So Mull is the kind of de facto leader of the race right now in the 8th position. As Carroll, Nice, and McLaughlin come down pit road. So that leaves Jeremy Brown, Charlie Widener, Christian Elliott, and Billy Bumgarner, your top 4 that have yet to get service here on this run. Now, looking at the fuel, we are not done with pit stops. We should have one more. Which would mean drivers like Jared Wishon would be out of tires, say, after making a pit stop with about 15 laps to go. Now, boy, does that put you in jeopardy.
Yep, hate to see that green-white checkered attempt.
Wishon is out in 4th as this pit cycle is going to be complete, and Greg Mull is the race leader by 0.4 of a second over Tyler Granat and James Lehman. Lehman on fresher tires than both of these gentlemen. Lehman to second. Wishon and Michael are closing in quickly on your top 3. They're only half a second back. With much fresher tires. Lehman is going to try and make this pass quickly and get out of Dodge.
Lehman with the big run. Maul going to open up the outside for him.
And there is Wishon and Michael. Top 5 in formation here. Lap 84 on the board this time. This is what we come to expect from Homestead-Miami Speedway. These drivers are working hard, and they are working in close proximity.
Boy, Wishon going to squeeze right in between Lehman and the outside wall. That'll give Wishon the lead of the race.
So Lehman gets to lead a lap, and that is important. As Wishon now resumes control of the race. Michael is yet to do that. With, I believe, only one driver retired from this race, Joshua Fracker. That already puts Justin Michael in a bad spot. Not counting you, because you didn't start.
One thing to definitely note here, Wishon and Michael, 1 and 2 already, and they're 7-lap fresher tires as well over Lehman and the rest of the crew there.
Yeah, these two should go uncontested for the top 2 spots. There's no doubt about that. If we stay green. Back from Wishon, just to Michael. He's here. Talk about how difficult it is to make a pass, though. What can Michael do to get himself alongside Jared Wishon? Especially knowing how bad Wishon wants to win this race. Wants to win any race. How close he's come. And he's finished second at the hand of Justin Michael twice. One lap at a time, as here comes Michael to the inside.
Wishon going to try and use the momentum of the outside to defend. Will do nicely down the backstretch.
Yeah, that was a good defense. But can he keep it up? Michael going right back to the top side again, looking for a big run here down the front stretch. Complete lap 88.
It will be battle of momentum.
Michael squeaks a nose out ahead, but Wishon will have the run here down the backstretch. And Michael tucks back in line. So well defended thus far for Wishon. It's getting dark. I promise they do have lights in Homestead. But ever since the update a couple of seasons ago, it seems like it takes an extra half hour to turn the track lights on for seemingly no reason. So it's just going to look a little dark here for a minute.
Wishon going to try the inside now.
And Michael will be coming at him here with a decent run. I don't think it's going to be quite big enough, though. It's always a chess match whenever the top line is in play like it is here at Homestead. You have to think a couple of corners ahead. Trying to save your tires, but also keep as much momentum as possible. And manipulate the air. That's a big thing with this new package as well. A lot to keep on your mind here at Homestead.
Defending on a track such as this is difficult in itself, because not only do you have to pick the right line where you're going to be the fastest, but you have to make sure that it's the right line that is going to be faster than whatever line the guy behind you picks.
We just got a quick peek down that long tracking shot down the backstretch of the side-by-side battle for third. James Lehman smoked the wall. Dakota Floyd is easily through to the third spot. Hopefully Lehman doesn't have any damage. So I said it between these top two. Keep an eye on the lap times for Floyd, but he is 4.5 seconds behind. But if these two get to battling, there's a chance that Floyd could find his way into this battle for the win. Or rather, for the lead, still with a pit stop to go.
Michael wrapping this outside. Trying to get momentum on momentum. You can almost see how much sooner Justin Michael's truck starts sliding up to the wall when he's behind the wake of Wishon. Definitely think the top in 3 and 4 is less of a I'm faster here and more of a this is just where he's not.
On paper, the two corners of this track are equal. Or rather, the two sets of turns are equal. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 drive completely differently, though. And you can see that in the way that these drivers drive this track. You're more likely to wind up on the bottom in 1 and 2, and you're more likely to push your luck on the top side in 3 and 4. Of course, these two are putting their trucks wherever they need to out of necessity. But generally, the vibe is to keep it down low in 1 and 2, as Michael gets a little kiss of the wall for his efforts there in the first 2 turns. They're coming up on the lap truck of Trent Drum. And Drum was the first driver down pit road in the pit cycle. So he is on much older tires here. And is going to get out of the way very wisely. Michael is definitely working hard here. Is Wishon matching that workload with having to place his truck so defensively? Or is Justin Michael's tires taking the brunt of the force here?
That gap's still under half a second, but growing very marginally.
Dakota Floyd is picking up a 10th here and there, but the gap is still outside of 4 seconds. So I'd say these two don't have much to worry about right now other than each other. And trust me, at this point in the race, that is plenty. Now, the pit window to the end will open here in about 4 laps. But, of course, these drivers can make it another probably 15 to 20 laps more than that. So when do you want to make that final stop?
If it's me, I'm going to try and make it sooner than later. Really prefer an undercut rather than an overcut. Get on the fresher tires early.
Trying to watch the wheel inputs here for Justin Michael. Still pretty ginger on the throttle. Wheel is about how you would expect it to be, not using more than it needs to. But he's pretty well managed his stuff. We just mentioned Trent Drum a second ago. He has just come down pit road, and unfortunately I think this means that he might be just outside of the fuel number. It'll be awfully close for him. So I'll be hoping that that is his final stop, with 36 laps to go. Get back quickly to Nathan Carroll and Jordan Neese as they battle for position. Carroll back in the 16th spot, looking to take 15th away. Also a battle right now between Jeremy Brown, who, remember, is on much fresher tires. He was one of the last drivers down pit road. Brown has worked his way from outside of the top 10 up to 6th. And will be trying to reel in James Lehman to get back into the top 5. So Brown with fresher tires, running good laps. That leaves Granat and Mall to battle as two of the first drivers that were down pit road under the pit cycle. I would imagine the 7 and the 18 will not be out on the track too much longer before they are in for their final stop. And again, one more plug. We'll say it again at the end of the show, but just in case you're wondering where Max V is going after this season, they start again in mid-January. The new home for the Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series will be on Motormouth Broadcasting on YouTube. That is Motormouth Broadcasting. They will have the Max V action from here on out, unless otherwise stated. It's Turn 200's coverage of Max V concludes with the drop of the checkers here this evening. Wishon's been able to open this gap up to half a second as Rob Haynes, another one of the early pitters from the last time, has just come down pit road. So I'd say the pit cycle is about to boot up again.
Would not surprise me to see Michael come down, try and engage the undercut as he's starting to slowly lose his grip on the 17 of Wishon.
I mean, that gap has gone from a truck length now to 3/4 of a second in just 2 or 3 laps. Michael fading pretty quickly. As charging Charlie doing just that, through on Jack Watts to take over 11th. As here comes Greg Mall and Matt Sisseler. I love it when I'm right. Mall, the third driver in this pit cycle to come down pit road. Sisseler a little bit earlier than he was last time. Only by a couple laps. Nathan Carroll working through Ryan Nardone as Jack Watts is coming down pit road. Watts also a couple laps earlier than we saw him last time. Kerry Cleaver also in. Heath Smith through on Tyler Granat. Smith up to 7th. Then will the top 2 make the move? Dakota Floyd, that gap is down to 3 1/4 seconds. He's made up a full second in the last 5 laps. That is not nothing.
Yeah, every bit absolutely counts. Looking at lap times between fresh tires and old tires, looking at almost 2 seconds now.
Tyler Granat is in. He stays out a little bit longer than Greg Mall. Bill Paradise also down pit road this time. Heath Smith gaining on James Lehman. We mentioned Jeremy Brown a couple of laps ago. Brown has also gotten through on Lehman. Gap at the front of the field is over 1 second for the first time since the pit stop. And again, Dakota Floyd continues to outpace the top 2 just little by little every lap. Got a 10th up on the leader last time. Here comes James Lehman and Heath Smith. Ryan Nardone also in. As is Billy Baumgartner.
Layman in from 6th. Curious to see top 2 continue around, as well as Floyd. Here comes Foudy, though.
Foudy from 4th. And his last lap times were pretty consistent with the leaders as well. He wasn't too terribly far behind. Maybe this is a play to try and get himself back in the mix. A little bit of an undercut. How much longer will Wishon and Michael stay out, and how much more time are they going to give up to Dakota Floyd in the meantime?
Here comes Michael.
Michael undercuts Wishon. He is flying it into pit road entry once again.
And Floyd follows him in.
Very interesting. Wishon hoping he did not just get caught out. The gap was 1.1 seconds when Michael hit the brakes. Jordan East also down this time with 25 laps to go. Christian also in. I would imagine Wishon will be coming this time. He's played this game before with Justin Michael and got bit. A little bit more aggressive than what we saw last time. We'll see what Wishon can do. Maybe. More aptly, we'll see what Justin Michael can do. Michael pulled a gap on Dakota Floyd. Floyd 3.5 seconds behind. Tyler Hessling also in. Jeremy Brown, Charlie Widener, Nathan Carroll, CJ McLaughlin, and Brad Slagle still have to make a pit stop. Justin Michael up to full song as Wishon is on the access road. Can Wishon still hang on to the provisional lead? He might be able to, and that would really be something. Trent Drum with nowhere to go up in front of Justin Michael. Michael has to ride the wall to get around. Wishon desperately hoping to will temperature into these tires so they can be ready to defend right off the rip. Wishon trying to sneak a little draft there from Bill Paradise, who will promptly move to the bottom of the track. Wishon in the high middle, going to drift up in front of Michael, who's right on the wall again. 87 finds his way up into the wall. Brad Slagle is in as Michael sneaks underneath. Desperately hoping to disrupt the momentum of the 17 truck, but it hasn't happened yet.
Michael going to try and get a little bit more of a slingshot off the top yet again.
And he might have a big run here. But again, not big enough. Wishon has played this just about perfect. This is still only the battle for 5th for the moment, but provisionally it's the battle for the win with 20 to go.
Wishon already making very good headway on the 87.
But lap traffic and dirty air will be a factor for these drivers now. And a mix of tire strategies as well. Nathan Carroll will give up the 3rd position to come down pit road. Whoop, baby, just about hit that cone. If he did, I think that would be a penalty. So we'll hope that he missed it. But this just leaves Jeremy Brown, Charlie Widener, and CJ McLaughlin. And McLaughlin is slow on the bottom of the track. I'm not too sure he isn't out of gas. Right there down on the flat. But he will make it to the safety of pit road. Jeremy Brown is in from the lead, and that will just leave charging Charlie, and Charlie's coming this time. So this will complete what should be the final pit cycle of the night without a caution. Justin Michael has backed the pace way off. He is a second and a half behind Jared Wishon, who has just taken over the race lead once again. Dakota Floyd, Seth Foudy, tight here for third. Foudy has closed this gap.
Foudy was on a mission early. But I tell you what, Wishon and Michael have been in a league of their own this race.
We'll take you through the field a little bit more and keep an eye on some of the battles. Towards the front, Jack Watson, Heath Smith battling for ninth. Let's go back to Greg Mall and Matt Sissler as they battle for fifth. He's trying to maximize everybody's TV time for the final 15 laps of Max V on turn 200. Mall, a big supporter of turn 200. We'll always see him in the chat any night of the week. Greatly appreciate it. James Lehman has kept food on our tables. Puts on a great show here at Max V as well. And is still putting on the show with a pass on Matt Sissler for sixth. Our Canadian Super Speedway ringer, and I'm not talking about Jeremy McKinnon. I'm talking about Rob Haynes. Back in 18th. Want to get him one more shot. Ooh, we cut right back to Greg Mall, who pancakes the wall, and James Lehman is through. Lehman to fifth. Charlie Widener coming out of retirement for the evening, running in 18th. Nathan Carroll and Billy Baumgartner close together. Want to get eyes on the boss man as well, Kerry Cleaver, the head of CNC Home Designs, title sponsor of Max V Racing for the last 2 seasons. Appreciate all that he does and helping put the broadcast on as well. Of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't get one more shot of Nathan Carroll in here. So he brings a lot of the viewer base week in and week out as well. The Wildish Motorsports Ventures gang. Shout out to him, CJ McLaughlin, Brad Slagle, Parker Donaldson. And again, another shout out to Heath Smith. And his teammates, of course, Charlie Widener and Mike Milfelt, who is not in action here this evening, but appreciate old MMJ. Smith through on Granat for 8th. Ten laps to go, and it is a 2 1/4 second lead for Jared Wishon. He has checked out on Justin Michael. Only time will tell if Michael has been saving anything. But if he has been trying to save himself a little tire, it's just about go time. That's Sisler, Heat Smith, Tyler Granat. This is Smith and Granat catching Sisler. Granat will try and work his way through. Ooh, slides right up in front of the 93. Smith and Mall, two of the main scenes of Max V Racing here. Mall trying to make it work on older tires, but Smith is able to push the issue a lot more. Smith takes sixth. There's a shot of Brad Slagle. And the old throwback truck looks great. Although, I'll be honest, when he said he had a throwback truck this evening, I was hoping for the U-Haul that we saw at Watkins Glen last season.
Either that or the duct tape 52.
There we go. Michael, a little bit quicker last time. 5 to go. It is definitely go time. And we'll see if the 87 has got any go left in him. This gap is coming down, though.
And you say it all the time, catching is one thing, but it is another thing entirely to complete the pass.
And Michael going to have a hard time maybe even getting around his teammate, who might cut him a break here. I think he will. Even passing lap traffic is more difficult than it was. Gap is still coming down with 4 to go. 1.9 seconds. Do we have one last magic Max V finish in us? Michael is making ground. But he's got to stay at a consistent rate down the backstretch. Wishon was able to pull the gap. It's now or never. And for Wishon, I'm sure he is hoping that it's never for Justin Michael.
Wishon has been bitten by Justin Michael several times.
Yes, he has. It's crazy to think we're 19 races into this season. Between Justin Michael and Scott Patton, they have 11 wins, and the other 8 belong to 8 different drivers. No other multiple-time winners this season. Wishon wants to make it 9. 3 miles. He just wants to see this white flag. Nothing to worry about. White flag, and the race is official. Some shuffling in the mid-pack positions. Still plenty of battling going on inside the top 10. You talk about playing the long game. 8 podiums this season and twice the bridesmaid, but never the bride. And that will come to an end here tonight. For the first time in the Max V CNC Home Design Truck Series, Jared Wishon is a winner. Wishon wins the Turn 200 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Justin Michael will finish in second. James Lehman will come across the stripe to make it official. Lehman is the 2025 Season 2 Max V Series champion. That's the other great part about Homestead. Dual burnouts. Little dual and banjo action. Wishon. A weight lifted off of his shoulders. That's all he's wanted to do this season is just win a race. And it's finally his night, and boy, did he have to work for it. One of those now 9 drivers that we mentioned that's only won one race this season is James Lehman. Not from a lack of trying, similar to Jared Wishon. He's come close on multiple occasions. He led over 500 laps this season. But consistency is key, and Lehman was the man this season in terms of consistency. And he'll be rewarded with a championship in the Maximum Velocity CNC Home Design Truck Series. I think Lehman is just going to... he's going to wait till this truck blows up. I'm surprised it hasn't already, to be completely honest. There it goes. All
there
right.
it is.
Let's get to the full finishing rundown. The final 200 miles of coverage of the Max V CNC Home Design Truck Series here on Turn 200 ends with a first-time race winner on the channel, Jared Wishon, with a long-awaited first career victory in Max V. Justin Michael in second. Dakota Floyd will round out the podium here tonight. We'll talk to these 3 gentlemen in a second. 4th place to Seth Foudy. 5th place to James Lehman. We will also have a word with Lehman to close out the broadcast here this evening as the series champion of 2025, season number 2. Heath Smith will finish in 6th. Greg Mull in 7th. Jeremy Brown in 8th. Tyler Granat and Jack Watts here top 10. 11th for Matt Sisler. 12th for Tyler Hessling. 13th goes to Charlie Widener. Ryan Nardone on 14th. Jordan Neeson 15th. 16th for Nathan Carroll. Christian Ilian in 17th. Billy Bumgarner in 18th. Rob Haynes and Brad Slagle, your top 20. 21st for Kerry Cleaver. 22nd for Bill Paradise. Trent Drum will finish in the 23rd position. CJ McLaughlin in 24th. And Joshua Fracker, the only DNF on the night, as that pesky Joshua Motichek didn't even bother to take to the starting grid here this evening. Let's hit the Fide Oot on the music, and we'll bring in your podium finishers, and we'll start with the no longer reigning series champion Dakota Floyd, though. Will finish strong with a podium finish here this evening. Welcome back to the booth. Glad to have you with us here for our final show. And that was an interesting long run to finish this one out with plenty of strategy abound there at the end of the race.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think it was strategy from lap one. I was tried to fuel save my way to the stage, and we got that yellow, and it kind of just threw everything out the window. So, but yeah, I think it was a great race. Just being able to run green flag that long and seeing everybody do a lot of different things on the racetrack. So I love races like this. So I had a blast no matter what the result was.
And certainly, I mean, looking at the lap times there through the middle portions and late portions of the run, it did seem like you had the pace on both of the leaders. That was just a lot of a gap to overcome, especially Michael able to pull a pretty big gap coming out of the final pit stop as well.
Yeah, I think those guys just in general are better at pitting than I was. I'm usually pretty passive going into pit road, so it's where I tend to lose a lot of my time, and then I undercut them on the that first green flag stop, and it didn't really gain me anything, so it kind of just shot me in the foot from that point on, because they could pull out like a second and a half in the first 10, 15 laps, and I never just really got a chance to make that back.
Joshua, what you got?
Man, congrats on another podium and being back up here with us in the booth. I mean, you mentioned a little bit of fuel save strategy to the stage at the beginning, but when that caution came out, I mean, what goes through your mind and is that decision-making process? And do you pit now? Do you pit at the stage? What's that thought process like?
I figured I did all that work fuel saving, and I saw pretty much the whole field but me and Seth go in, so I was like, well, I did all that work to save the fuel, I might as well stay out here. I honestly wasn't expecting everyone to take tires. I thought everyone would try to have a set at the end just in case something may happen, but I guess I was wrong, and it kind of put us on the back foot. But yeah, I was just thinking if I could I'd get myself to the front row there and just run to the stage, but with those guys taking tires, I kind of just soiled everything.
Well, you finish your time with Max V on turn 200 with 5 wins and an 18th podium here this evening. Great to get to talk to you once again. And let's get some shout-outs in one more time before we let you go.
Yeah, definitely. Want to just shout out the league as a whole. It was another fantastic season. It's only my second season here, but I mean, every week it's great. We have a couple hiccups here and there at some of the tougher tracks, but all in all, the racing here is great. So just shout out to everyone in the field always, and everyone that dedicates the time every week to keep coming back out. Shout out to all the admins, of course. They put in a lot of the hard work and behind the scenes. Shout out to you guys at Turn 200. I hate to see you guys go. I hope to see you guys maybe in some races in the future. But you guys did a phenomenal job doing the broadcast for us the last couple seasons that I've been here. It's always been fantastic shows to go back and watch. So thank you guys for everything you did. Thank you to all the sponsors that keep this league afloat, and thank you to everyone that supports me.
All right, partner. Thanks for the time each and every week that we get to talk to you, and all the best to you down the road. We'll definitely be seeing you on the track next season at some point. But congrats on all the successes, and all the best in the future.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a wonderful night.
Can't say talk to you next week or even next season. That's got to change up the cadence a little bit, and this is the first of several more to come. Let's talk to your runner-up finisher here tonight, not from a lack of effort, Justin Michael. As we cut to him on the replays or riding the wall, I mean, that was as hard-fought of a P2 as I think we've seen. And you and Jared were throwing everything at it. I mean, obviously some changes in the aero kit of the truck probably made that pass a little bit harder to pull off. But I don't know. Talk me through having to work for it as hard as you did through that final run.
Yeah, he earned it. That's for sure. I'm not a big fan of this track, and I don't know, something clicked in 3 and 4, and man, that high side was awesome. And then I still can't figure out how he was so fast in 1 and 2. And I tried different lines and different breaking points, and I just couldn't figure it out. But man, he was so much faster in 1 and 2, so I couldn't do anything with him. So yeah, and the aero sucks here, but I tried to undercut him on pit road, and it almost worked out. But I got a lap car blocking me.
I mean, how are you able to get so fast on pit road with a big set of nuts that that are probably weighing you down to get in there that fast? I mean,
you just send it, right?
That's what it looks like.
A lot of practice. I I don't know. I've been doing pit stops for a long time, and I know I got caught speeding 2 times this year, which kind of makes me mad, but that is what it is. But yeah, I've really learned how to get into pit road and get off pit road and maximize everything. He got in really good the last one. I only made up a second on him, and that was just because I had fresher tires for half a lap. But he got in and out really good on that last stop. The first one though, I definitely made up a lot of ground on him.
I'll say that's for sure. Joshua, what you got?
Man, congrats on the P2 and being back up here with us in the booth. I mean, the only driver to win multiple races this season. I mean, second in points. You feel like you left anything on the table, or I mean, wrap up the series, the series for us.
Yeah, I think Martinsville was what killed us. If it wouldn't have been for that race, we might have been in the hunt. But got too many penalty points there, and that put us behind at Daytona. And we had to make some moves in Daytona to get points. That was simple as that. So we kind of little aggressive, But hate all the people wrecked. But it is, it is what it is, unfortunately. But I don't know. It just comes down to Martinsville, I think, and a bad call at Auto Club. I think a bad pit call. Scott won that race, so I don't know. Nothing you can do about it. We go next year, and we'll try to win it next year.
Well, I'm sure we'll see you for some various exhibition races as Turn 200 continues to just kind of do some one-off stuff in the months and years ahead. But looking at the overall Turn 200 stat line for you, 33 wins and 109 starts. Tonight's your 55th podium on the channel. 2,700 laps led. I mean, good God, you have done just about all there is to do on Turn 200, as well as a Truck 200 championship as well. So you're not trophyless here on the channel either, to go with the second most wins that we've got. I mean, I think it's fair to say it's been a fruitful partnership, you and I, on this channel.
Oh, it definitely has. I was glad to win the last Truck Series race series that you guys put on, and I hate to see you guys go. You guys are really good. I love racing here and going back and watching. And you got to make sure you message me when you do exhibition races, because I rarely check Discord, even our own. So I never see it. So you got to send me a private message whenever you put them on.
Absolutely, partner. One more time before we let you go, let's get some shout-outs in.
Just you guys as always, man. Like I said, we hate to see you go, but maybe you guys can even join some races next year and race with us. But James for putting on the leg, and hey, good job on him for winning the championship there. He was the most consistent, so he definitely deserved it, and Jared for winning that race. So I know he's been trying for a while. So I don't know. That's it. I guess we'll see you guys around sometime.
Absolutely. We'll definitely be seeing you on track a little bit next season, and all the best to you and yours going forward, and we'll hope to talk to you again at some point here on the channel.
Sounds good, guys. Merry Christmas.
All righty. Justin just mentioned it. He's been trying for a while. He's come oh so close so many times, but tonight is Jared Wishon's night, and nobody can take it away. Despite Justin Michael trying, might I add, very hard to take that one away. You had to work for that one here tonight.
Yeah, Justin, he definitely had me worried there. Where I was there on that last run. I knew, or I thought, if he beat me to pit road, that was pretty much going to be it. I didn't know if I'd get back by him, but I seen him pit there, and I knew I had to come in the next lap, and I was still kind of worried. And then we come out there side by side. Luckily, I think the 14 helped a bit, but yeah, I was able to stay ahead and drive away a bit. I mean, he definitely made me work for it.
I mean, talk about defensive driving there. You had to literally be perfect, knowing who you were up against and kind of what you're up against here at Homestead, and you put that truck in the exact correct spot lap after lap after lap, especially in that first green flag run after the stage break. I mean, you were just on it.
Yeah. I found a little line there in 1 and 2 that was really giving me a good exit off of 2. But I think Justin was a lot better in 3 and 4. But my exit of turn 2 was really able to keep me ahead there at the end. And yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes I'll come here and I'll just not know what I'm doing and be like 15th. And there's been a couple times I come here and I can find that line and hit it, and I end up with a really good finish. And tonight it was for a win. So I just felt really comfortable in 1 and 2, and then I figured out turn 3 and 4 and was able to just run away with it, I guess. I don't know.
Joshua, what you got for your race winner?
Man, congrats on the win. Finally, a race winner on your own accord. I mean, I know we won't be here next season on the channel, but I mean, strong performance at the second half of the season with a few considerations out there. I mean, do we have anything in store for next season? Possibly seeing you on the top step of the championship.
I don't know about a championship, but it definitely feels nice to get the first win out of the way, and we can kind of go into next season with some momentum and see where we end up. But like, I don't know, usually against Justin and James, Dakota, I'm usually like third or fourth and don't really have nothing for them until tonight. So I don't know if we can make it all Homestead. We might have a shot, but I don't know. It just feels good to get the first win out of the way heading into next year.
And, I don't know how many times, probably, I think this is your 9th podium tonight, so probably 8 times we've said, yours is coming. And thank you for proving us right, but I'm sure you're more thanking yourself here tonight because that was a heck of a drive. And congrats on the win. And let's get some shout-outs in one more time before we let you go.
Yeah, I just want to thank Diecast fans for being on the truck all season and being able to represent them. We had Jeremy out there tonight, so I appreciate his help. He was kind of helping me there with the late pit call in the pit, and then Justin kind of forced my hand having the pit. So I appreciate him kind of jumping on the spotter stand while driving, and everybody that puts his lead on. And thank you guys for broadcasting this year. It's been fun to go back and watch the races, and we're definitely going to miss you guys. But appreciate the time you put to broadcast this for us.
Absolutely, partner. Congrats on the win. Go celebrate. Go party hard. And all the best to you going forward.
Thank you.
All righty. It's a 4-interview kind of night, and there's a good reason for it. We talked to the boss man at the end of the night, not just because he's the boss, but because he rules the roost. He is the series champion of the Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series. James Lehman is in booth 200 one more time. How about it?
Ah, man, it's almost too good to believe, It almost feels wrong, being the league owner and winning the championship. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. It's kind of weird.
I mean, I would say it would be wrong if this was your 4th championship, but I mean.
Yeah, that'd be different. But I will say this is after 13 years on the sim racing. This is my only 2nd championship I have in my name. So.
I mean,
it does seem pretty good.
Talk about the body work here, not just tonight, but over the last 5 weeks to build yourself somewhat of a cushion over Justin Michael, enough where all you had to really do tonight was not finish in last, and as soon as the first couple of drivers dropped out, you didn't really have to worry about all that much. But, I mean, talk about the last 5 races to put yourself in this position.
Las Vegas wasn't my strong suit for sure, and in Auto Club, I had a really good race. And in Martinsville, I had an outstanding race with Scott. And I think that's what really got me over the hurdle, put me a good cushion going into Daytona. And I knew going into Daytona, I just needed to finish the race to have a chance. And Justin got caught up in that wreck a little bit before the stage break. That's when I knew I was like, all right, I can breathe a little bit. But still not wreck. And then going in tonight, Scott already reached out and said he wasn't going to make it because he's going on a cruise, which I hope he's having an amazing time on the cruise. But, yeah, I mean, Justin would have had a miracle tonight for to win it. That's for sure. A miracle. He would have had 43 drivers show up and me finish dead last for him to have a chance.
Well, unfortunately for him, despite his efforts here tonight to try and get the race win, he will come up a little bit short in the championship department. But let's turn it over to Mr. Joshua Motichek here to talk to the series champ.
Man, congrats. Winning a championship is a lot different than winning a race. It takes a lot more than just a couple hours one Thursday night to get that satisfaction. I mean, walk us through what it takes from race 1 till now to make it here and to solidify that.
Honestly, I would just say consistency. That's the biggest thing. You got to definitely be consistent in how we run our series or season. I mean, 15 races just to lock yourself into the chase, and then the real, in my opinion, when it really matters is the last 5 races of the season. When the chase starts, and everybody starts fresh points, top 12, and yeah, it's just whoever's the best out of the 5 will win it, you know. And I definitely had some scares there during the season, the regular season. I didn't think I was going to make it in, and then I think I made it in literally the last race. I think I just popped over the top 12 in points, and I was like, oh god, I couldn't believe it. So yeah, yeah, it's still too hard to believe for me. Wow.
Well, let's talk about looking to the future here. Obviously, this is our last race. First of all, we greatly appreciate you guys naming this the Turn 200. This was a great race here tonight. But also, a new broadcast partner for next season. You've already put out your schedule for next season as well. I mean, what's the outlook going forward for 2026 onward for the Maximum Velocity Racing League as a whole, not just the Truck Series?
Well, we're gonna bring back our ARCA series on Monday nights. That's the big thing. We're gonna run season number 2. That's a big high demand within the league. Everybody wanted the ARCA series to come back for sure. So we're working on a schedule for that. It's more likely it's gonna start probably the same week as the Truck Series for sure. And then yeah, we're moving on to having a new broadcast team coming in. Motor Mouth Broadcasting. Catch them on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. If you can like Max V's racing, make sure you go there and check them out. That's where they'll be next year for the both seasons, season 5 and season 6 of 2026. So, yeah. No, I was glad to find you guys. I'll be honest. You guys have done an amazing job broadcasting 4 seasons here at Max V, and I mean, I totally understand why you guys are shutting the doors. I get it. Can't argue with it. You got to move on at some point. I am looking forward to next season with you guys on the track. That's for sure. And hopefully I can kick Joshua's ass at Eldora. So that's for sure.
Well, we get a little preview of that here in a couple weeks' time. I think after the holidays, hopefully both of you can make it out for the Eldora season finale for the Dirt 200 special, and also hopefully you could both make it to Lernerville tomorrow night as well. In the meantime, let's get some shout-outs in one more time here on a Thursday night.
Yeah, just thank you to everybody in Maximum Velocity Racing League that has raced here in the last 4 years. Not 4 years, 3 years, 4 seasons. You guys are the reason why I continue doing this. We have an amazing racing community. I get told almost every week we run that is the most respectful and competitive, just clean, hard racing league by far on iRacing, and I'm glad that Maximum Velocity Racing League holds that. And, thank you to you, Tommy, Matt, Joshua. You guys have done an amazing job for 4 seasons. Yeah, those memories will always be there. I'll still never forget the very first race of of Maximum Velocity Racing League with Heath Smith winning it across the grass. We'll never forget that. That's just an iconic. Or Charlie Widener coming back 5 laps down, winning it at Las Vegas.
That's still ridiculous.
Like that. There's memories that will always be on YouTube to go back and watch, and I'm thankful for that. And thank you guys. Thank you to everybody that loves watching us. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, and that's.
And thank you to my wife and the kids. They allow me to do this. And my wife's sitting here, and she's just like, "Yeah, you better thank me."
Well, I mean, you can reprioritize it and put her first, and that's totally fine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's my plea to everybody that is watching as well. Max V Racing is good. It's quite good, in fact. If you watch most of the nights here on this channel, Max V most weeks has the best race. So the Max V Racing action is not going to change just because it's not on Turn 200 anymore. So keep following Max V Racing Action. Go follow Motormouth on your preferred platform now that you have options other than YouTube, I suppose. But go over to the YouTube right after this race. Give them a follow. You've only got a month to wait before Max V is back on track in January at Daytona. So thank you for everything. Appreciate it all. Congrats on the championship, and we'll hopefully talk to you again tomorrow night.
Alrighty, I'll see you guys then.
What a night here tonight, and outpouring of support in the chat. I really appreciate everybody. We'll get to everybody here in a second. I want to thank you, Mr. Joshua Motichek, as well, for your first season and now your second season of broadcasting under your belt here on Turn 200. It's been a great time. I hope you had a lot of fun. And hopefully I haven't bored you into tears yet, and we can get away scot-free with that one. But you've got the floor here for as much as you want to say as we close a chapter in our respective broadcast careers with Max V coming to an end tonight on Turn 200.
Yeah, I mean, just a big thank you to you, obviously. I mean, jumped in here. I saw the message about a year ago this time saying, hey, if anyone's interested in being a color commentator for Max V, jump on in and give me a shout. And I messaged you, and you're like, sure, let's roll with it. So, I mean, jumped in the booth with you. Had really only talked with you a couple times through Venom. Never announced in anything, so, I mean, huge learning curve. Definitely a unique experience that I will very professionally leave to the professionals like yourself. But as bittersweet as it is, still super excited, as I will be a full-time driver for 2026 in Max V, picking up the 4th seat on the Wildish Motorsport Ventures team with Nathan Carroll and the crew. So super excited for that. I'm sure that we will see each other on track in Max V in the future, no doubt.
Excuse me. Yes, I just started choking on my own spit. That's what you leave to the professionals right there. Yes, I will not be full-time in Max V next season, but I will definitely be part-time. You will definitely see me on track a little bit here and there for now. So, yeah, that's well, you'll definitely see me at Eldora, and you'll definitely see me at Daytona as well. Outside of that, we'll just see. But yes, thank you to you. Thank you to the entire admin team as well. Yeah, when Justin Michael and James Lehman rolled into a random Truck 200 race at Watkins Glen all those years ago, it's hard to believe that this is where it would end up. But very grateful to have 4 seasons, 3 years of Max V broadcasting here on Turn 200. Just shy of 100 Max V races, and really appreciate everybody that has helped make that possible, in particular James Lehman, Justin Michael, Scott Patton, and Kerry Cleaver, but also most of the Bandit Motorsports guys involved in that as well, including Greg Mall, who's in the chat. So thanks to Greg. Thanks to Brad Slagle. Thanks to Heath Smith for hopping in. Charlie Widener was in the chat. And, of course, thanks to all the Wildish Motorsports Ventures friends and family that roll in and out of here each and every week. Lisa Carroll, Danielle Carroll, Chris Voiles that was in the chat here this evening as well. Manny G, Zach Magris, Bailey Motichek, Robin Motichek, Jordan Jorno stopped by for a while as well. So thank you to everybody that hangs out with us here week in and week out and is here in the chat here tonight as well. Yeah, if you want to catch more racing action here on Turn 200, you can do just that. Tomorrow night, we're at Lernerville with the Dirt 200 special. If you want to find yourself on track anytime soon on Turn 200, Dirt 200 special is probably the way to do that at the current moment until Daredevil rolls around next April. 2 more races to go in the Dirt 200 special. We'll see you tomorrow night at Lernerville, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And the Venom Truck Series Tuesday night as well. We'll be live from Rockingham at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. So thank you to the drivers of the Maximum Velocity Racing League, whether they were here tonight or whether they've been here even just one time on the channel. We appreciate you coming out and racing for the folks out in Turn 200 lane. We really greatly appreciate it. Yes, thank you all so much. Sad that it has to end, but grateful for the time that we got together. And hopefully we gave you a laugh or a smile or a great race somewhere in there. Maybe gave you some kind of personal anecdote to hold on to. That's all we've ever wanted to do here on Turn 200. So, on behalf of everybody with the Maximum Velocity Racing League and Joshua Motichek, until we meet again here on Turn 200, I'm Tommy Cook, saying so long and congratulations to Jared Wishon, your race winner, and James Lehman, the 2025 Season 2 champion in the Maximum Velocity CNC Home Design Truck Series. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you in January. This has been a live broadcast on Turn 200. Be sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell to get notified of when we go live next. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.